Good evening and welcome to Orca News.
The headlines. Acting Mayor Nimbo Ron Sopia wins the mayoral election in Shottler and Picot City. Mr. Beverly Poderman wins in an uncontested election in Whitetone Village.
The number of fatalities in the earthquake in Turkey, Syria has risen to more than 20,000 people. And a recent study shows that orca moms forego having more offspring to feed adult sons.
The results for today's 2023 midterm election have been finalized and tallied by the Elections Commission, with the canvassing of votes in Congress. Acting Mayor and now Mayor-elect Nimbo Ron Sopia from the Fusion Party has garnered a total vote of 19,662 in both Shottler and Picot City. He won 10,210 votes in Shottler and won 9,452 votes in Picot City, winning the mayoral elections in both places. Victor Postine from the Red Conservative Party, meanwhile, garnered a total vote of only 3,452 votes. 2,249 votes came from Shottler and 1,203 votes from Picot City. A total of 23,114 votes have been cast for the mayoral election of Shottler and Picot City. Moreover, Beverly Poderman from the Landovian Axe Party won in an uncontested walkover election in Whitetone Village, reaching 72 total votes in the village. In a few moments, Congress will formally proclaim the winners of today's midterm elections.
On the part of the House of Representatives of the Fourth Landovian Congress, it is hereby stated on the joint canvassing motion that a tally total of 23,114 votes have been garnered in the municipality of Shottler and the city of Picot. A total of 19,662 votes has reached a majority and plurality. By virtue of the power vested in me, I now proclaim Nimbo Ron P. Sopia, the duly elected mayor of Shottler and Picot City Limited for a one-year term effective beginning on the 1st day of March 2023 until the 29th day of February 2024.
On the part of the Senate of the Fourth Landovian Congress, it is hereby stated on the joint canvassing motion that a tally total of 23,114 votes have been garnered in the municipality of Shottler and the city of Picot. A total of 19,662 votes has reached a majority and plurality. By virtue of the power vested in me, I now proclaim Nimbo Ron P. Sopia, the duly elected mayor of Shottler and Picot City Limited for a one-year term effective beginning on the 1st day of March 2023 until the 29th day of February 2024. The bicameral Congress has in favor of the joint canvassing motion on the results of the mayoral election for both the municipality of Shottler and the city of Picot. So do affirm.
On the part of the House of Representatives of the Fourth Landovian Congress, it is hereby stated on the joint canvassing motion that a tally total of 72 votes have been garnered in Whitetone Village. A total of 72 votes have been reached in an uncontested election, whereas it is valid and must be adhered to in the bicameral resolution dated on the 22nd of December 2022 for which a sole candidate will be duly elected. By virtue of the power vested in me, I now proclaim Beverly P. Poderman, the duly elected mayor of Whitetone Village Limited for a two-year term effective beginning on the 1st day of March 2023 until the 28th day of February 2025.
On the part of the Senate of the Fourth Landovian Congress, it is hereby stated on the joint canvassing motion that a tally total of 72 votes have been garnered in Whitetone Village. Total of 72 votes have been reached in an uncontested election, whereas it is valid and must be adhered to in the bicameral resolution dated on the 22nd of December 2022 for which a sole candidate will be duly elected. By virtue of the power vested in me, I now proclaim Beverly P. Poderman, the duly elected mayor of White Tone Village Limited for a 2-year term effective beginning on the 1st day of March 2023 until the 28th day of February 2025. The bicameral Congress has in favor of the joint canvassing motion on the results of the mayoral election for White Tone Village. So do you affirm? On the joint session on the canvassing of votes for the 2023 national midterm elections of the Senate and House of Representatives of the 4th Landovian Congress, I now declare the joint session of the Congress adjourned.
And that was the live feed of the Congress proclaiming the winners of the 2023 midterm elections.
The earthquake in Turkey has caused 25,000 lives lost. More to report from our international correspondent who is now in the country's capital, Ankara, Eamon Rhodes. Eamon?
Yes, Louis. The earthquake last Monday killed more than 25,000 people in Turkey and Syria. The magnitude 7.8 earthquake stunned millions of people displaced in the aftermath of the quake. Search and rescue operations are still underway from local and international officials who are rescuing possible trapped victims under the rubble of collapsed buildings. Almost a week ahead, time is ticking among the rescuers and survivors. President Klovinski with the State Affairs Secretary has sent out financial humanitarian aid to the Turkish Red Crescent and the Syrian Arab Red Crescent via the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, which will be used for relief and recovery operations in the places heavily affected by the earthquake. Back to you, Louis.
Have we any figures of how much the cabinet donated to the IFRC?
Louis, we don't have any official reports of how much financial donations the cabinet has sent. But according to the treasurer of the Finance and Budget Management Department, an estimated $100,000 may have been donated to the IFRC for the victims of the quake. Louis.
Thank you, Eamon. Here's our weather for tomorrow.
The Landova Geological Sciences and Survey Agency have updated their bulletin on the earthquake last Tuesday. A magnitude 5.0 earthquake struck 75 kilometers southeast of Paykat City, with a depth of 10 kilometers. An updated intensity of Intensity 4 was recorded in Lubhart Village. Intensity 3 was felt in Frostley Village, Flat Hills Village, Old Masa Village, and White Tone Village. Intensity 2 weak shaking was felt in Paykat City, Shottler, Commerce Valley Terraces Village, Plainsfield City, and Sonoma City. Intensity 1 shaking was reported in Tudor. The Landova Geological Sciences and Survey Agency reported that a minor fluctuation in misinterpretation of data have been seen in their system. According to residents of Lubhart Village, that there was truly a light shaking felt in their village last Tuesday morning.
The Picot City Council has laid the design phase for the Picot City Mega Infrastructure Project to start by the second quarter of 2023. The Urban Planning and Development Department initiated the role of urban planners and city designers as enough planning has been done to construct the Dream City. According to former mayor of Picot City and Schottler, Justin Limson, careful planning was already done by the previous government, and means of authorization and rechecking of design are all needed for the project to come around. President Klovinski on the other hand rejected the founding of the district of Tolkershire last December as it was unconstitutional. He then acknowledged the Picot City Council that the mayor and president have only the rightful powers to establish a district in accordance with a bill submitted in Congress and passed by me in which there is none. Likewise, to not hinder the airport project, construction must begin as soon as possible as per the president's statement. The design phase of the Picot City Mega Infrastructure Project will be selected and given authorization and a permit to start the construction phase.
According to research done on killer whales in the North Pacific, mothers make a lifelong sacrifice for their sons. Once a female killer whale has a son, her chances of reproducing are greatly reduced. According to the study, the amount of energy these whales expend to feed their sons compromises their health and limits their ability to reproduce and raise other children. New research suggests that female orcas might be foregoing having any more offspring because of their sons even when they're fully grown. The study, which was published in the journal Current Biology last Wednesday, focused on a group of orcas known as the Southern Resident Population, which lives off the coasts of Washington and British Columbia. The Center for Whale Research, which was involved in the study, has been monitoring the group since 1976. They discovered that when female orca whales had sons, their chances of having future offspring were cut in half. This remained the case throughout the mother's entire life, and was not observed in orcas who gave birth to daughters. Researchers are unsure why female orcas are less likely to reproduce in such cases, but they suspect that sharing their food with their fully grown sons signifies mothers are having to go with less. The species is unusual in that males and females stay with their mothers for life. However, the cost of a mother's care is bigger in the case of sons. According to Dr. Michael Weiss of the University of Exeter and Center for Whale Research, he said that our previous research has shown that sons have a higher chance of survival if their mother is around. We wanted to find out if this help comes at a price, and the answer is yes. Killer whale mothers pay a high cost in terms of their future reproduction to keep their sons alive.
And that's it for tonight's news. This is Louis Barnes.
And this is Natalie Coles, reporting for Orca News.
Good evening, everyone.